Are we just gonna do an actual intro this time?
Yeah, let's do a real intro because we don't do it. We don't do a fucking intro anytime.
No,
and like every time we just start
talking.
talking. We'll do an intro. I'll start. You want me to start it off? Welcome, podcastians, to the show that is called Podcasts Kill the Video Star. Woo! Starting it off hot. It's 11 in the morning.
This is the first time we've recorded this early.
Yeah, so...
And we're not drinking for the first time.
Yeah. We switched to Diet Cokes because we're not monsters. We don't drink in the morning. And if you do drink in the morning, you know what? We're not judging you.
But you're a monster.
So I am Colin Black. I'm one of your hosts, and we have with me today...
And I am Seth Garrett.
And
as other host.
Yes, and we have our special guest, PC, the skeleton, sitting on the couch with us here for the listeners and for the watchers. You'll see him.
He's not going to say much, but
he might like nod his head or like
if he just starts getting up and floating, that's normal.
Yeah, that's normal. Like he's not haunted. I got him at a haunted, like, I went to an antique shop, and they're like, the soul of my husband is in there, and, like, don't buy it. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I went in, and I bought it, and I'm like, you sold it to me, so, like, why, I think it's her fault.
Why wouldn't you want it?
Okay, she didn't sell it to me. I did steal it. It's not a big deal.
So is it haunted or cursed? There's a difference.
It's both.
Yeah.
It's cursed, haunted. Conted. But that sounds really bad. That sounds like a curse word.
It sounds almost like a derogatory term. Like you're haunted.
Yeah. So, what are we talking about? Which music video are we talking about today?
Well, today we have our first listener request.
Whoa! Hold the presses. We need a sound effects board. Okay, wait. Joey, our cameraman, is our sound effects board. Give us the ba-ba-ba-ba-bam. Pretty good.
As I said, this is our first listener request from an email, I think. He could have just texted us. It's one of our friends asked us to do it.
No, but he did it the right way.
Yeah.
So you know what?
It made us feel special.
Yeah, it made us feel like this show is actually real.
Yeah.
It's not just a figment of my imagination.
We're not sleeping right now?
We are not. No, this is a real thing.
Okay.
Because Nick Ruincamp emailed us.
Nick Ruincamp. We call him Nick Ruinscape.
Because I couldn't spell his last name nor know how to pronounce it.
But we know how to spell RuneScape.
We do.
Because we played that when we were younger.
And Nick, I would just call him like, hey, what's up, Nick Runescape? And then he was like, I've never played RuneScape.
He's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even...
Right? Colin, you suck. Yeah. He's always mean to me. I don't know. He's kind.
He's kind, but I have noticed he does say that you suck sometimes, joking.
Yeah, no, I think it's jealousy.
Okay.
It's jealousy because I have the podcast and he doesn't.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's the exact.
It's literally as soon as the podcast started, he was like, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
That's why I'm going to be the first one to send in a listener request. Take back some of the power of this podcast.
No, we love you, Nick. That's why we're doing Wrecking Ball. That's why we're doing it today. Like that just goes to show, if you have a favorite music video, just throw it into our email at pktvspodcast@gmail.com and we will get to it eventually.
And that's favorite video, least favorite video that you think we would like to see, something weird, something stupid, anything really. We're open to doing anything. It doesn't have to be by some big known artist. It could be by a little artist. It can be Epic Rap Battles of History. Yeah.
It could be
a parody.
It could be any dumb YouTube, anything that's a song and there's a video with it.
Yeah. Anything that you would think is a music video. It doesn't have to fit any status quo.
Okay, so this music video came out in what, like 20... I can actually just look it up because I'm sitting right here by a computer. 2013. I was going to say 2012.
2013.
Wow, what a year. Do you remember that year?
I was in high school by that point.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
I got into high school at the end of 2012.
Okay, so I was I'm 2 years younger than you, I think.
Yeah. So you were in like
eighth grade, I think.
Yeah.
8th grade, 7th grade, something like that. Which feels about right for that year.
Yeah, I think that when it came out, for me in particular, it was a crosshairs of like becoming, not just like going from being a child into being more of a, not that I was a child at that point, but like watching someone I grew up with watching on like Disney Channel also come into their own, and as I was coming into my own, it's a pretty important part of your lives for this song in particular and music video to come out.
Yeah. And for me, I just remember watching it and going like, ooh, I am heterosexual. This music video, I just remember the parodies. I don't really remember the music video that much, but I just remember the parodies. Just like, this was the height of YouTube parodies. Key of Awesome, Brock's Dubs, Maddie B raps.
Oh, goodness.
He didn't do parodies. But I wanted to say Maddie B raps so I can make somebody who's listening go, oh my God, Maddie B raps. Yeah. Oh my God. I wonder what's we should do a Maddie B raps video.
We should do, yes, Maddie B raps and
the Key of Awesome.
Froggy Fresh.
Oh, Froggy Fresh or Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme.
Froggy Fresh. Oh my God. I know the whole
trademark pending.
Because he was Krispy Kreme and then he turned into Froggy Fresh.
Yeah.
We're probably saying this and like most people are like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, they're like, I've never even fucking heard
Krispy Kreme 2012.
And Froggy Fresh.
Yeah.
He should have a whole episode where we just go through all of his videos.
Where does he live? We should just invite him onto the show.
He might live here.
Yeah, we'll just ask him and see what happens.
Yeah. If you're listening to this, Krispy Kreme, come on.
Froggy Fresh.
Sorry.
His name's not Krispy Kreme because Krispy Kreme gave him a cease and desist. Which is so funny.
Which is insane because he literally was getting so big that he was being known more as Krispy Kreme than the fucking donuts were.
But he didn't copyright it. That was his first. You need to know copyright law when you come into the industry. You know, the film industry. You need to know copyright law.
Yeah.
Like us, like we know copyright law, and that's why this music video podcast sucks. It's because, like, if copyright law didn't exist, we could just play the music video. Yeah. We can play the music. And
we could play the music and not say a word.
Yeah, and and we would just like stare at the screen.
Yeah, that makes for good viewership, honestly.
Yeah, I think that will keep people engaged. I think people really like the show because we don't talk.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to let's do that thing?
Let's start. We're going to start watching the video, then we're going to discuss it a little bit. We're going to say some fun facts, what we like about it, what we don't like about it. We're going to rate it at the end.
That's the our
overview.
That's our structure.
That's the structure.
We have a structure.
We've gotten it down now, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think we got it to the point where we're super smart,
No, I think I'm a fucking idiot.
What do you get on your ACT? What did you get on your?
What did I get on my ACT?
What did you get on your ACT?
It's been so long. I think it was like a 24 to 26 or something like that.
That's okay.
Yeah,
I think I got the same. I remember what happened to me was it
was good enough.
On my way to the ACT, I lived like an hour away from the place, and it was like 5 a.m. because it was like a 6.
Gotta get downstairs.
And 5 a.m. Gotta get downstairs. Gotta have a bowl. Gotta have cereal. But I'm driving down like this country road, and a deer pops out, and I just total my car right into the ACT. And you know what song I was listening to? 24 Karat Magic by Bruno Mars.
Wow.
I remember that very specifically because it went 24 karat magic in the.
So when the beat drops,
when the beat drops,
your car dropped a deer.
I think that deer just disappeared because it was just like I think I just.
Oh, they can take hits.
They're fine. It was fine probably, but my car wasn't. But I took that car. I still had like 30-minute drive left. I took the car, and then the stuff was just falling out as I was driving. Like my whole head light and everything.
So there's just a trail following you.
A trail of just parts of car parts, and then I get to the ACT thing, and I nailed it. You know,
Did you take it once?
I went to a high university with that. Yeah.
You only took it once?
I only took it once.
I took it twice.
But the funniest part about it was I was taking the science or the math one, and it was like, the deer population is slowly dying.
You're like, I contributed to that.
And I just had like, you know, a flashback of like, you know.
Good for you for, you know, keeping your wits about you after
I
that.
was
Because I would have been
shaking.
distraught. Yeah.
I was shaking, but I think that made me better because I was more like, you know, vigilant.
Your adrenaline was pumping,
Yeah.
so you were just focusing more.
I was focused on the task at hand, which is to get into Ohio University.
We did it.
And we did it. Ivy League school. My ACT score, yeah, it was 400.
400 out of 32?
Yeah. That was because I put my name on, because like
Just 500 times.
because you get a point for putting your name on
Yeah.
there. So if you put your name on there 500 times, you get 500 points. You know, people don't think like I do. You know, people aren't smart.
Be sure you didn't just get into a really bad car accident right beforehand and
Yeah.
your head was a little messed up.
But I didn't see the score right.
Yeah, it doesn't say 400, it said 4.
I still got into the media school.
Yeah. Okay, let's get on to this video.
Okay. All right. So, we're gonna watch a few and we're gonna pause, but obviously the viewers and the listeners can't see it or hear it because you know that's how the show works. You know, shut up.
Yeah, but if you're watching it, we'll have it down in the corner.
We won't actually.
Oh, we won't? Okay.
Because I pause it and stuff, so it's kind of hard for me to coordinate that.
Okay.
Anyway, okay, so it starts off with Miley Cyrus crying.
Super close up on her face.
In a white void, and she's got red lipstick on, and she's singing while she's crying.
I mean, the two main colors we see is the red lipstick and her blue eyes.
Yes, so blue, red, and white.
Yeah.
America. Holy shit. This is the most patriotic song ever.
She would hate if we said that.
No, her father is Billy Ray.
That's true. And then
there's just random shots of Sledgehammer, like her whole...
in cowboy boots.
Yeah, she's wearing... Ooh, maybe she is saying something about her, like, country past.
Her roots. Her roots.
Actually, okay, we didn't...
I would never say she was country, though. Like, her music...
Yeah, she was.
Her music?
Yeah. Well, no, she was country. Her dad made "Don't Break My Heart."
Well, yeah, I know that. I'm talking about her, though.
I just don't think I understand.
That's another video we'll do.
Dude, did you know the chords to that is just it's A minor and G, or G, A minor and E, or something like that?
Wait, it's not even a 4-chord song?
No, it's 2-chord song. Because I looked it up, and it was like 2 chords. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, what's funny is we think the most basic song ever is like a 4-chord song. Like, that's just how a song's structured.
But Billy Ray was like, I'm taking the 2 out.
Yeah, that's too much.
That's too many for me. I'm going to make this a 2-chord song. Come on, Miley, let's go to your show. I sing "Break My Fart."
Hey, he made one song and probably never had to really work for the rest of his life.
Yeah, and then he was just like, "Hey, Miley, you're fucking talented. You do it."
Well, no, and then also 20 years later, he decides to. Well, he becomes featured on Lil Nas X's song, and then he definitely doesn't have to work again for the rest of his life.
He just made 2 big hits.
Yeah,
damn.
That's how you live.
Yeah,
that's life right there. America.
Yeah. That's America. And this is what this music video is talking about. All right. So she's singing and she's just has she's in like a concrete, like kind of like a
confined place. And as she's walking out of that place,
a wrecking ball hits it right at the peak of the song where it's like, I came in like a...
Yeah.
And the wrecking ball wrecks the concrete walls. And then there's like a few like GoPro shots of like the wrecking ball from its point of view wrecking the walls.
Everything technically for this music video, like the shots and everything, are very standard.
Yeah,
I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah, like the lighting is very... I think they just lit it from the top. Like it looks like they just have a top down, very soft box like lighting. So there's nothing like too fancy about the lighting, and there's nothing too fancy about the camera work. Everything is just right. Like
because I think that for her, she's really trying to get the music and the lyric across. While the video is important in that part right there, when she's introducing everything, it's more about how she's setting up the song.
Yeah. And then it cuts to a shot of her riding the wrecking ball with clothes on at first. And you know, that's the fame. Whenever somebody thinks about that, they think of like her riding the wrecking ball, you know.
Yeah.
Which is kind of dope.
I think we also haven't talked about what she's wearing. She's just wearing white.
Yep.
And well, now she's wearing nothing. But she is, for the majority of the music video, I'd say, wearing white.
Yeah.
And it's just...
It's white and then her skin.
Yeah, muscle shirt or like tank top, whatever you want to call it. And then...
Little
it's
midriff
right?
showing. Yeah, in underwear.
Yeah. And
it's kind of like what you would wear around the house.
Yeah.
You know, like whenever...
Like on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, like you're doing laundry or something.
Yeah.
Like, and maybe that's like just invocative of like, oh, this is like I was telling my boyfriend about this and, you know, I'm feeling comfortable.
I look at it as it's a blank slate.
Okay.
She herself is a blank slate at this point.
Okay.
Because this is one of the first songs since she was Hannah Montana or a child star that she was in control of her music, of what was being put out.
Yeah.
So I think it's very telling of like where she was in her life, that everything in this music video is white or a form of like gray.
Yeah, and I guess like the cleanness of it, you know, it's just white and gray, and it's a clean slate.
It also says something about like purity,
yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah, purity, but like she's not doing pure things like in the eyes of like what Disney would say. So the music video is actually pretty straightforward after she becomes naked on that wrecking ball and like swings around. It kind of just like it cuts from like different shots of her singing in a white void naked, or a wrecking ball hitting the walls
crumbling down,
walls coming down, her singing on top of the rubble. You know, it's a bunch of that, and it's just a bunch of slow motion shots and well lit or easily, you know, just very clean looking shots.
It's all very clean, especially like the rubble that she's in looks clean.
Yeah, it looks like very
almost like artificial.
Yeah. And I don't know if that was a choice, and it could be.
I think that this was a very well thought out music video on her part.
Yeah.
She knew what she wanted, I think.
Yes.
Now, I don't think that she had complete control over the music video at this point, or the music, which we'll get into in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think overall she knew what she wanted for this and what it meant for her.
Yeah.
And she was able to claim it as her own. Because there's so many music artists that are just told what to do and how to do it. And they never get to actually show what they want to show.
Mm-hmm.
Miley is one of those people that this is the first time that she was able to show who she really was.
Yeah. And I would say that it's interesting how it ends with the wrecking ball coming towards the camera and like cutting to black. You know, mm-hmm. That's the last shot. And then it says directed by Terry Richardson.
I never even knew who that was.
Terry Richardson is the director of it. And I mean, we can just roll into fun facts right now. Yeah. And this is not a super fun fact. It's kind of a sad fact. But Terry Richardson, he's directed a few music videos. The ones that he's directed stuff for like Beyonce, like EXO. I forget what that.
EXO.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I don't even know who that is.
I don't even know what that is, but
we'll look into it.
Yeah,
for a future episode.
And I looked it up, and Terry Richardson has sexual allegations against him. He because he's a fashion photographer, and people. Like, the models have said, like, he's very sexual, like, whenever he's doing, like, fashion photography.
Yeah.
And, which makes me go, oh, okay.
It makes you look at the
music video and go, like, ooh, you know, because, like, Miley Cyrus is completely naked and stuff like that. And so it's, like, kind of, you know, like, collar stretching over here. You're like, you know.
Like, that makes you think, was he thinking something else?
Yeah. Yeah, was he just like going, I want to see some titties, you know?
Yeah.
You know, like what, and, you know, it could very well be because like a person like that who, you know, isn't, you know, they don't have the best intentions in mind, where Miley Cyrus likes the music video because she's very being sexual, and it means a lot to her at the time because she was making this music video to kind of make a statement about how I'm not a Disney girl anymore.
Yeah. I am me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I feel like a bunch of like artists do that. Like Donald Glover did that with like Bonfire, where he's like, I'm not the community kid who's like funny. I actually know how to spit bars and stuff like that.
I love that song.
Yeah. We'll talk about. We have to. Okay, Childish Gambino is like one of those things where it's like
it's going to be multiple episodes
or a 5-hour episode.
Yeah, exactly.
We do a live stream.
So I guess it's not really a fun fact either, but it's a fact.
We have like sad facts.
Well, I mean, like this was probably a very sad part of her life. So like, I mean, we obviously don't know everything about it, but like you could just tell from this video that she was in not the best place.
Yeah.
And in an interview with Rolling Stone, she actually, so at the beginning, right when she sheds that real tear, she told them that her dog had just passed away. Like within like a couple of days.
So that tear is about...
Yeah, like that's not acting tears. That's
a dog
That's real tears. But I was just like, when I was looking that up, I was like, looking up the
Holy
fun facts.
shit.
I was like, I shouldn't be laughing at this. But
No.
I'm laughing because we all think
She's just acting.
acting or it's about like her love life or something like that. Like she's channeling something like that.
But her energy is because of
her energy is because of the dog.
And she came in like a wrecking ball for that dog.
Oh yeah.
I can't, like maybe it was like, I just wanted to break your walls where it's like, come on, let me pet you. And the dog's not letting her pet her.
Because he's slowly dying or something.
Aww.
It's such a mess.
What kind of dog was it?
Oh, I don't know.
But okay, let's just speculate what kind of dog it was. Okay, Miley Cyrus, what dog do you think she has?
Pomeranian.
I was thinking like a Yorkshire Terrier or something.
Yeah. No, I think that there are like photos of her with a Yorkshire.
Or Yorkshire. Or Worcestershire sauce. Morbius, orifices.
Okay.
You know what that is.
Orifices?
No, the fucking the meme from Eric Andre's show where like Hannibal Buress is going Morpheus, orifices,
My favorite
Worcestershire
is
sauce.
when he's just like, have you ever? He's just chomping on a thing of lettuce. And he's like a whole head of lettuce. He's like, lettuce.
That show is great.
Yeah.
If it was a music video, we'd review it.
But yeah, so that tear was shed specifically because of her dog.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah.
That's not a fun fact.
No, it's not. And then it makes you sit there and look at the whole music video differently. And this is the reason why.
Both of those things we just said, like, makes you, like, recontextualize the entire
everything.
Yeah.
And I have something even crazier for you to that will make you recontextualize the music as a whole.
Okay.
She didn't write this song.
What do you mean?
Like, she's not the writer of the song. She might be like put on as a co-writer, but it wasn't just her.
Wait, you're blowing my mind right now. You're telling me that pop songs are not written by the artists? Mm-mm. Does Taylor Swift actually write her songs?
Actually, I think Taylor Swift's one of the few that actually.
Oh, that's why they're really good.
Okay.
That wasn't ironic. I do like what's that one where she's like, ooh, look what you made me do. I like the music video. We need to talk about that music video because I like that one. I like the visual effects.
Specifically about Kanye. I refuse to believe anything else.
Ooh, look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Yeah.
But yeah, so she
Poop diddy scoop.
Yeah. That's another.
We're just talking about other things we can do.
Yeah.
Today's a pitching show. We're just pitching episodes.
But if you want to pitch your
go to PKTVS
podcast at gmail.com. Okay. But no, so she's not the lead writer on this song. This was actually written by someone named, hold on, let me look it up. It's Mozilla. I think that's how you say it. Mozella.
The people who make the Firefox browser?
Yeah. They just put it into the browser. Like, what is the song Miley Cyrus would sing right now?
Mozilla Firefox.
I think this person was trying to say, like, mozzarella, but took out a few of the letters.
Oh, she's just really into, like, pizza.
She's Italian.
Oh.
No, I genuinely don't know if she's Italian.
Well, okay, so I guess that changes everything. If she didn't... Because, like, I would think the Wrecking Ball was about Liam.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Gallagher. No, that's Shameless.
Liam Hemsworth. Oh, because he's a Chris Hemsworth's brother.
Yes.
I thought it was about the Hunger Games guy. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, it could have been. It probably was. Her feelings of it.
Yeah.
Probably also came from that.
Like the writer came up to her and she was like, "Oh, I can now feel this. What I'm thinking."
Well, the writer wrote it about their own breakup.
Aw.
And originally was supposed to be for Beyonce. And then, first of all, just imagine that. Imagine Beyonce doing this song.
Okay, that music video.
It would be completely different.
Oh, yeah. I feel like it would be like.
It wouldn't have been as simple.
Yeah, I feel like.
And I'm not saying simple in a bad way here.
Yeah. She would have went hard on this one.
Yeah, because it would have been about Jay-Z and.
Yeah.
I
bet she didn't. Debacle. I think she didn't sing about it because she didn't do it because it's probably she didn't relate to it.
No, well, it wasn't that. It wasn't up to Beyonce. It was up to the writer, and the writer decided to send it to Miley because she thought that maybe it would be a better fit, and I completely agree.
Wow. Yeah, it's crazy how that works. Like people just write songs, and I know like Elton John doesn't write any of his songs. I know that because I watched Rocket Man, the movie. And I was like, wait, he doesn't write the songs? And like the whole story is kind of like about their friendship, the writer and the singer. But it doesn't, because in my brain, all the artists, because it's like, how in a movie, like everyone gives the director all the credit. And then, but it's like, well, somebody else wrote it. A huge team worked on it. Seth did the audio for it. Mm-hmm. And, like everything would be different if it was just that director.
If one of those things were missing, it wouldn't have gotten completed.
Yeah, like, maybe that grip didn't come and didn't get the coffee for the person, and then that person had a terrible day because he didn't get his morning coffee, and his acting was bad.
Well, I don't think when we talk about like a ghostwriter, like for this song,
you mean like Nicolas Cage?
Yeah. God damn it! What a man, though.
Ghostwriter.
Have you watched his new movie?
Which one?
The one where he's playing himself.
The Massive Talent one?
Yeah.
Extremely loud and incredibly massively talent?
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I did see it.
I fucking loved it.
Okay, well, we disagree.
Why didn't you?
I didn't like... Okay, it does this thing in movies that I do not like, where they go... like they say the thing that they're doing is bad, and then they do the thing. Like they go, like they do this thing in the end of the film. Where it's like, I hate, like, because they're writing a script in the movie. Like they're like Pedro Pascal and Nicolas Cage are writing a movie, and they're like, and we can't do that thing in the script where the third act becomes a completely different movie, and it's almost like this first half is like a romance, but the third act is like an action film. It doesn't work. And then they do that same exact thing.
That's the point.
Yeah, no, but like what they're doing is it's not commentary. They're just doing the thing that they said they don't like to do. They're
adding Nick Cage. It's Nick Cage.
Okay, but
he's allowed to do that.
Well, he didn't write it, and that goes on to our point. No, but I liked the movie in chunks, but I felt disappointed because he could have went more Nick Cagey too.
I think the most Nick Cage is him making out with himself.
Yeah,
I don't think you can go any more.
That was a good scene. That was a good scene. I'd rather see him make out with Pedro Pascal, but that's me.
Yeah. To each their own.
Yeah. Damn, I love Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
We could do a whole music video podcast
on Pedro Pascal. We just start talking about just fucking anyone and everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, but no. So she didn't write this song, and I don't think that you not writing your own songs is a bad thing.
No, because it's a team effort.
Yeah, a lot of people look at it as a horrible, like, they're not going to listen to an artist if they don't write their own music.
No, like, and I think the general public thinks they do write their own music, but I genuinely, but like, I think there's like this kind of thing where it's like, oh yeah, somebody probably wrote it for them because somebody probably produced the music, but like, also the artist is the guide.
Yeah.
They say yes to the
song. And sometimes with, like, ghostwriters, they write it specifically for an artist.
Yeah.
It doesn't always happen that way.
Yeah.
It didn't happen for this one, obviously. It was written more for Beyonce than
and
Miley.
It could be like the artist is like, hey, I have a song, like I want it to be like this theme in my life. Can you write something to that? And then they're like, okay. And then they tell the producer of the music, like, make it go, boom, 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 you know?
Yeah.
And then it goes, ding, 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 ding. And then they're like, okay, I guess I'll do that. I mean, that wasn't very specific. And it goes, ding, 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 ding.
I
And
can't wait for you to be directing in like a huge like show or film.
Yeah.
And, like you're doing that exact thing, and the actor's just looking at you like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Okay, I direct with sound effects because if you watch movies, I think you understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like if somebody's like, okay, and the music's like, no, 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 no.
I understand you too because I'm always in an audio state of mind.
Yeah.
So like when we were doing films together,
Yeah.
when we would sit there and edit together, you'd be like, "I want this sound."
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, "Okay, let's do this to make it sound like this, blah blah blah."
Yeah.
So
I'm very particular on sound because I'm
Oh, I know.
It's one of those things. I feel really bad whenever like somebody else is sound designing my thing, and I'm like, no, it has to be like, no, you put the fucking thing there and there. You know, I'm very particular because it's like the thing I think about the most before music, before even visuals. I think about how it's going to sound because for me, when I'm directing things, it's all about because I mostly direct comedies, and I want it to feel like a paste and like almost Looney Tunes in a way where it's like everything is like has a sound to it and it's a musical, you know, you're trying to get the pace down with the sound effects, you know?
Yeah.
Which
I don't think there's a lot of I mean, there are directors who do that, but for you to really, really focus on that is telling of you're looking at it more
as an experience
instead of getting like you are trying to get a message across,
yeah,
of course, but like you're looking at it as more of a grand, like a grand picture instead of
like just little piecemeal things.
Yeah.
Like because some directors only really think of the visuals, and some directors only think of like the acting, and some directors only think of the story, like as in like script form.
Good thing we're not actually drinking right now because we just said director like 25 times. We'd be like,
and but like yeah, it's all about like for me particularly is about the editing and the sound effects. That's what like the thing I like.
Yeah, you're coming from a technical, more of a technical.
Well, and also creative. Like most of those things are super creative.
Well, I don't think that you can be like do something like editing or sound effects and not be creative.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I'm looking at it in the creative sense, not the technical sense. Like if I'm thinking of like, oh, I want to put this visual effect in, yes, I'm thinking about the technical sense. But if like I'm like, oh, I want this to edit here, I want it to cut here at exactly this moment, that's not technical, that's creative.
Yeah. With that, do you think that this music video was directed in a more technical or creative aspect?
I feel like it was a mix of both. Like I feel like it's technically very proficient, but also I feel like they thought about everything. You know, like every creative decision melded with the technical one. You know what I mean? Like they thought of the creative first and then tried to figure out the technical.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think that it was all of it was very standard when it comes to like shots and like stuff like that, which again isn't a bad thing.
And also it probably was like they only had a day to film this thing.
Well, I think that it being like it not having a crazy shot or anything like that, or something like super mind blowing, goes into the purity aspect of it.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be this big huge thing because it's more about the music.
Yeah, yeah. When we watched this morning, I was like, oh, you know, this is okay. But then as I kind of thought about like what it meant to Miley, because I think the knee-jerk reaction to when you watch this music video is like, oh, she's just trying to be like a sex object, and like she's like naked and she's like licking the sledgehammer and
which
stuff.
Is why a lot of people had like it originally had a lot of mixed reviews.
Yeah, but I think the mixed reviews were from people who were just like, oh, why are you being naked, girl? Like, gross, you know? But then it was the other people who, like, understood the context of what she's trying to say. you know, about
Yeah,
the purity of what she was when she was a kid.
yeah.
And now she's like, hey, I'm going to make music that I'm not going to do Party in the USA anymore. I'm doing my own shit about real stuff.
Well, I think that, like, looking at it then and looking at it now, a lot of people have changed their minds on her and this music in general. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people, I don't think that I necessarily liked the song to begin with. Because,
I think
I was a kid.
I like the song. I just think it was overplayed at the time. Like 2013
That was
just
my problem.
Okay.
I think it was, like, literally no matter where you went,
Yeah,
you
like,
could not hear it.
You know, you went to the roller rink. You went to the arcade.
To the bowling alley.
All the things that don't exist anymore. The VHS store.
Blockbuster.
I didn't have a Blockbuster growing up. I had a
family video.
Oh, you had a family video. I had a Hollywood video. It also had a Game Crazy connected to it, which was like you can rent games.
Yeah.
And dang, we had every day we can go and find 3 movies. So my sisters would get a movie, my parents would get a movie, and I would get my own movie. And I still to this day think that's like why I am doing what I am doing today.
Yeah, when I was younger, I would go every Friday, right, like after school.
Yeah.
When my mom would get home or whatever, we would go. We'd pick out a couple movies, and Family Video also had a game section.
Yeah.
So instead of buying the game, I would always just rent a game.
Yeah, like why would you buy it? Because you can just play it and...
Well, I always had to return it.
Yeah, but like what if you didn't like
My
it?
attention span at that time, I wasn't like trying to complete games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
But
well, we lived right next to the Hollywood Video.
Oh.
I lived like I could walk there. Like it took 5 minutes. Like as far away as your place from my place is,
you could do. Yeah.
You can do that walk. And so it would, you know, that was a huge thing for me as a kid.
That got you into doing what you're doing now.
Yeah, for sure. That's top tier for me.
Yeah, I agree with that. It was the same with me. It was so important. And like,
but those things don't exist anymore. Which I mean, YouTube still inspired me. So I think there's still inspiration for the new kids to come. And of course, it's probably even easier now to get into filmmaking. But
it definitely is.
Yeah, I mean Netflix, like you can watch literally any movie.
It's the same with music, though.
Yeah,
it's so easy to make music now.
I know, and like I've been getting a lot of like inquiries about like directing music videos and stuff, or doing VFX for music videos from just like random artists, and some of them don't have that many views or whatever, but their music sounds super professional, and it's just like anybody can do it. You know,
well, look at like Billie Eilish. She started out with just like in her bedroom with her brother, and I mean, I still think that they do that. I just watched like they were like in a studio doing an interview one time, and they use Logic. Mm-hmm. They're not using Avid. They're not using Pro Tools.
Yeah,
they're just like, we're gonna use Logic because that's what we like.
Do you know what software I use to make music with?
What?
I use FL Studios.
Fruity Loops.
Fruity Loops.
I used to be one of those guys that was like Fruity Loops sucks, but now I'm like, no, like if you like it, you like it.
It's because as a kid, that was the only one I could torrent. And so I bought it since. Sorry, Fruity Loops, if you're listening. I have an actual subscription, whatever. I bought it.
Yeah.
And but like it was the only one. I just learned it, and then I never wanted to relearn another thing. So that's what I do.
Yeah, Fruity Loops is great.
Yeah.
What do you think Miley uses?
I think she uses GarageBand.
No, she's definitely uses Pro Tools.
Oh yeah,
she's definitely a Pro
everybody
Tools person.
here uses freaking Avid. Everyone here is just like, wait, is Avid the company?
Avid is Pro Tools. Pro Tools is
Avid. Okay, yeah. Everyone uses that company's. Is it Avid the company?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Everybody uses those company. And okay, what is your opinion on Pro Tools? Like in Avid, like I haven't edited in Avid very much. But like in my opinion, I'm like, this seems super old because like all of it was based on of like cutting film for like editing. It was actually like so it was easy for editors from film days to switch over to editing on computers, like with a nonlinear editor, an NLE as they call it. But what I found is that it's not super optimized. Because it's like you could do things better when it's digital. So why are you still using older techniques?
Well, I don't know anything about like video editing or film editing, so I don't know about that end of it. But when it comes to Pro Tools as a DAW, DAW, Digital Audio Workstation,
Yes.
I forget that we're not just having a regular conversation. Sometimes
we have to say, yeah,
we have to like actually explain it.
Yes.
I find it. I didn't have to cut tape. I've never learned how to cut tape.
Yeah,
or like press vinyl.
I have edited on actual film, and it's just like to edit a super short thing is so much harder because you have to, and then you gotta tape, and then you gotta put it on the thing, and you gotta roll through it, and then you gotta rewatch it, and then you're like, oh fuck, I messed that thing up. I cut too quick, so I have to tape the frame. I have to go into the trash bag and tape the frame. It's way harder, you know.
Well, I think with like on the audio side of things, it's more streamlined probably.
Yeah.
Just because I know from my experience of like editing for films and like, or like I did a MTV Unplugged thing one time. Editing for those, you have to edit quickly. And I think that Pro Tools has gotten it down to where you can edit as quick as possible if you know how to
shortcuts.
use their stuff.
Yeah. It's all about shortcuts, I think. It's all about the keyboard shortcuts you got.
That's life, though. I think life is all about keyboard shortcuts.
It's true. Well, it's like like Premiere Pro is what I edit on mostly, and I mean I've edited in other softwares, of course. Anybody who's trying to hire me, but you know, I know all of like the little shortcuts, and like from when I started, when I didn't use any shortcuts to now, like. I can edit something so freaking fast, you know. I'm like I edit these podcasts, like, you know.
I know. I mean, I don't know because work has been crazy, so I haven't been able to like actually sit down and like help with that. So I'm very sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It's like you know, like I'm super into this podcast, and it's like almost like you're not even trying.
And that's the end of
This is the last episode. Thank you, Nick, for sending in your
you
suggestion.
helped us realize that we shouldn't
do this.
No, I think that we genuinely are having a good time, and I look forward to this in particular because it's once a week we get together and we talk. And I think me and you have some of the most, even if it's not with microphones in front of our faces, we have some of the most authentic conversations I've had with anyone in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that's because I'm lying to you. I'm not very authentic.
You're just trying to like keep me pleased.
Yeah. I have been lying to everyone. I'm actually a piece of shit. But no. I enjoy having these conversations. Like I'm excited to do this podcast every week because I'm just like, yeah.
I mean, it is extra work.
Yeah, because we have to set up the couch and
but it's still fun. I think that like just getting together and doing it, we're doing it for ourselves. We're not doing it for anyone else.
Yeah,
we're doing it because we like discussing what we're talking about.
Yeah, and I mean, again, this music video, I'm the video guy, you're the audio guy, the music guy.
Yeah.
And I think just those two aspects makes this podcast more interesting. The
dichotomy.
Yeah, it makes the podcast more interesting just because we come from just two different backgrounds.
Yeah.
And we can explain things to our best abilities, you know.
Yeah, to jump back into the music aspect of it for a little bit.
Yeah. I
think that this song, they knew from the beginning when Miley got a hold of it that this song was going to be huge.
Yeah.
I don't think that there was ever a thought in anyone's mind when in the whole recording process of this that this wasn't going to be a game changer for the industry.
Yeah. Because after this, like there was a lot more pop ballads.
Yeah, pop ballads became even bigger. I mean,
they were popular. Pop ballads have been around since the 80s, but or since the 70s. I don't fucking know.
But this one kind of went back. It 80s, 70s. It has almost those types of vibes.
Yeah.
It's a reflection on, I think, specifically that time when everyone's been through it when they're younger.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not necessarily always thinking about like what you're doing. It doesn't even have to be about love at that point.
Yeah.
It could just be about life in general. Like when you're younger, you think you know life.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. It's crazy,
and nothing's gonna stop you.
No, and and it's funny because like when an adult says like, "Oh, you don't know life," you're like, "Oh yeah, I do," and then you're like, you grow up and you're like, "Okay, I didn't actually."
I mean, I'm more grown up now, and I still don't think I know life.
No,
but at least I see that now. Back then, in 2013,
you thought you knew it.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I have life figured out.
That's the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's like you get. Before you know anything about something, you think you know everything about it. And, I see that a lot with like video clients or somebody who's like going like, who knows nothing about video. And they're like, oh, my cousin, my nephew makes videos. And so I know everything about it. And you're like, shut up. And then it's like, but once you start learning that first little, actually getting into like learning it, you kind of realize you know nothing about it. Yeah. And then you become in the valley of the Dunning-Kruger effect.
So
that's what life is. And I don't think anybody's ever going to reach the peak of the other side of knowing what life is, because it's such a impossible thing. Like, and as a kid, I was like, oh, the meaning of life is love. And I mean, that's probably correct. It is like you loving people, but it's also feeling comfortable. It's also trying to make sure your mental health is good, make sure your friends and family are loved, make sure that you feel
accomplished,
satisfied in what you want to do. Finding what you want to do is extremely hard for people, and but like also it's like, did life tell me to do that, or did the society tell me to do this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a whole nother argument of like, are we feeling this way because
of the society we live in?
Or like we were raised a certain way?
Exactly.
Just like everything affects you even if you don't realize it. Everything in your life is affecting you in one way or another.
And it's so complex, everything. And you just, it's really, it's hard to explain. And it's just people.
So life is a wrecking ball.
Life is a wrecking ball, and it will just wreck you. And there's days that will be good, days that will be bad, and sometimes you just have to
ride that
wrecking ball until it breaks something down, and you just go, all right, I'm here. I didn't mean to start a war. I never let to. I think every time I should sing the song while we're listening to the music video, so everybody's like, oh yeah,
I know,
because the copyright isn't going to be a problem when I sing it, because it's not even going to be anywhere close.
It could technically be a licensing issue, but
well, no, it's because I did it.
Oh, okay.
I never meant to start a war. Because you can't tell me that that's the actual notes.
There's no fucking way.
There's no way that those are the actual notes. Okay, so
I guess that we can kind of
conclude,
get into
let's get into our ratings.
Yeah.
Let's switch it up again. Let's have Joey. No. That Joey, our cameraman. Let's have our votes. I think I went with, you told me how audio was at first. The music, excuse me. The rating of the music video, or the music, shit.
Okay, so we'll go with you first.
I will do the music rating first. Okay. And then you will do music video first.
We're going to do music overall and then video overall.
Okay, music overall. Damn, this song is good. It is, but I heard it too many times as a kid. And it was parodied too many times. And I think it, the pop ballad, and it's kind of repetitive, but it's really produced well, and it sounds really fun, and the music's really, and Miley Cyrus hits those notes so fucking good. So it's kind of like this weird thing where it's like, personally, I don't know how high I would put it on like something I'd put on my playlist, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But in terms of just like overall production and all that stuff, I think it's higher than what I would put it in a, if I'd put it in a playlist, you know what I'm saying? So I guess what I would say is, out of 5, I would give it a 3.5.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, Garrett's mom.
Yeah, so my mom's gonna be so fucking pissed. My mom.
I don't know why I called you Garrett.
You called me Garrett?
Yeah, your middle name's Garrett.
Well, Garrett.
Right out. Garrett.
Yeah. Garrett's visiting right now.
Yeah, Garrett's visiting right now.
That's why you said Garrett.
Yeah, sorry.
So
Sorry, Seth.
so to get into that,
I can't believe I called you Garrett. I called him Seth the other day, so it's
I mean, it's Seth Garrett, Garrett Hopkins.
I also
it's
mess my
confusing.
sisters' names up all the time.
Yeah.
I always go Ma Taylor
Ma Taylor.
and then Ta Kinsey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do that constantly. Ugh. I barely know them. I don't even know what their names are. It's Mackenzie and Taylor.
Okay, so my mom really, really likes Miley Cyrus.
Yes.
And I mean,
if you rate this any super low, she will disown you.
no, yeah.
So,
And it's not that my mom wanted me to preface this. It's not that she has always been like an obsessed maniac fan or anything.
no.
But like when Miley started coming out with this music, I don't think that it was this song that she first was like, oh, I love her.
Yeah.
But when she started making her own music and really, really, really like diving into who she is as a musician instead of someone else telling her how to be a musician is when my mom really started liking her. She has a whole album called Miley and the Dead Cats, I think.
Yeah.
Check it out. It is her and the Flaming Lips.
Oh,
Badass.
that sounds really cool.
Yeah, it's a really good album.
Well,
She also does great covers, and that's actually where my mom was like, okay, I need to listen to this girl.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what cover it was, but she's done Nothing Else Matters with Metallica.
Yeah.
It's basically when she started doing this harder rock stuff is when my mom like got really into it.
Her cover of Like a Prayer by Madonna is so good.
Yeah.
And
I think her best music is her covers. Jolene.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's so good.
Jolene is ridiculously good.
Yeah, she's a fantastic singer. Like just from all that stuff.
A fantastic musician, period.
Yeah, she is. And but like I mean, I'm really impressed that your mom likes newer artists.
Yeah, my mom doesn't listen to a lot of newer artists. She finds the people that she likes.
Mm-hmm.
She'll listen to some things. Sometimes like I'll tell her like, hey, you should really check this artist out.
Yeah.
And she won't because like she's like,
Yeah.
Just like when it's the tides have turned. When we were younger, our family would be like, you should listen to this artist. You should listen to that. And we'd be like, ew, like,
yeah.
I'm not listening to Bon Jovi. Now that my mom listens to Bon Jovi, you know what I mean?
No, yeah, my dad is like, I think he will never listen to a new song ever in his life. And I love you, Dad, but like, I'm like, oh, you should listen to this new song. He's like, not my thing. And I'm like, okay.
Won't even listen to it.
Like, he only listens to the Eagles. Which is good.
Life in the Fast Lane.
But like, yeah, oh, he loves that song. But like he listens to other bands, obviously. But Steely Dan, he loves Steely Dan. But
Dave Matthews Band?
I think he likes Dave Matthews Band. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember. I'm sure he does. I don't think it's his fave. But it's just like anytime I'm like, oh, I really like this musician, or like there's an artist called Benny Sings, and I was like, okay, he sounds like Benny Gibbs from the Bee Gees. He has like kind of a James Taylor sound, and he loves James Taylor, and he loves the Bee Gees. And I'm like, oh, you'd like this newer artist, and he was just like, nah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what? It's like,
well, we don't know. Maybe when we're that age, it's going to be the exact same thing.
I don't want to be that way, though.
I'm going to try hard not to.
I'm going to try hard not to be an old curmudgeon. Like, that's why I got TikTok. That's why I got, like, I'm trying, because I'm trying to be open to, because I don't want to be the person left in the dust when I get old. And I don't want to be the guy who has to call his kids and go like, how do I work this computer? Or hologram.
Yeah.
Whatever we have.
Whatever it is at that time.
Yeah. My dad is very technically efficient in terms of computer though, like in his phone. But like in terms of music, he's still, and of course, like that's nostalgic for him. Like I would also probably err on the side of, like when I'm his age, I'll probably err on the side of music that I've been listening to. Like I'll probably listen to Childish Gambino the rest of my life. But like,
so with the person who suggested this song for us, Nick has been stuck in 2010 to 2015 when it comes to his music for literally every single time I get the chance to like listen to what he's listening to. It's 2010 to 2015, and I love him to death. But like, That's some of the worst music.
Okay, my sister Mackenzie is similar. Like, well, she only listens to like 2010 like pop songs.
Yeah.
Which
It's not that it's horrible.
they're not horrible. I think the reason why we don't like them is because we heard them so much growing up.
It was such a big part of our lives.
I know, it was just always being played. So like anytime I hear it, I just get flashbacks to when, you know, somebody called me a sloth when I was a kid.
Someone called you a sloth?
Some bullies called me sloth. That was like their nickname. And then
Look at you now.
Look at me now.
You have
I'm
a
still
podcast.
I live in Los Angeles and do a podcast that 100,000 people listen to, maybe.
Okay.
Potentially.
But to get back to my rating of this, because we kind of got off track there.
Oh, yeah, we do that a lot.
This song was definitely overplayed to me. It had some great technical, like, it sounds amazing. She sounds amazing. Everything that she does is great.
Yes.
I have to tell my mom when I go home sometimes, like, can we listen to something besides Miley Cyrus? So it's very hard for me not to be biased when it's literally all I hear sometimes when I go home.
Yeah.
It's not as much anymore because my mom's, like, finally gotten it. Like, okay, we're not going to just listen to Miley.
Yeah.
But, love you, Mom. But yeah, there was like...
just shitting on our parents.
It was like... I don't think you understand. It was literally, I would like visit from Athens, from college, visit home, and every conversation would like ease its way over to Miley in some way.
Yeah.
Not every conversation, but it was a lot sometimes. I love Miley as a musician.
And maybe it was your mom trying to connect with you.
And we definitely did connect over Miley.
Yeah.
But eventually I was like, can we listen to this or that?
Guns N' Roses. I'm an old soul.
I love Guns N' Roses.
Let's listen to Neutral Milk Hotel.
Why do you continuously shit on Neutral Milk Hotel?
I don't know. It's just one of those things that you can make fun of.
It is.
It's because like indie boys who are, you know, gatekeeping indie boys always, you know, bring it up to like girls like, oh, do you I know this one
You've
band.
Never heard this band.
You never, like, my favorite band, you never heard of them.
They're pretty small.
Pretty small. Neutral Milk Hotel. They're, you know, it's kind of a little, you know, I'm kind of a little, I'm better than you. And then, or they do the same thing with like Talking Heads, and they're like, oh, I love Talking Heads. Name every fucking song. And you're like, you know, it's like, you know what, guys,
that's how my mom wasn't though with Miley. She was just like, I want you to listen to all of this because it's awesome.
She didn't keep that gate. She gave it.
No, it was definitely a connecting thing. It was like, we need to listen to this together.
Gate giver.
And that's something that my mom and I have done since I could remember. We were just sharing music constantly, or movies, or anything like that. And
my dad did that with his music. You know, he you know, I still love Hall & Oates. I still love the Eagles. You know, when I listen to it, I think of my dad.
I don't listen to Miley and don't think of my mom.
Yeah. So what you're going to say is your rating.
Yeah, I'm going to take my biases of like listening to it so much out of the equation. I'm also going to give the music a 3.5. Yeah, my mom's like, I'm not talking to you for 2 weeks.
I actually, you know that sound like where somebody's like, I turned it into its own kind of sound. I call it ubska.
Ubska.
You know, whenever somebody's like, oh my god, like, I can't believe you. I call it an ubska moment.
I like that. I think that should actually.
It's the sound that you make when you go. Okay. Music video. We talk too much, you know?
Yeah, we kind of just go in
Isn't it? But that's the point.
Yeah.
The point of this show is to talk. Yeah. Because if we were just like, because we also have mental telepathy. Like we can
mental telepathy?
Mental telepathy. You just don't hear me. Last episode, no shit, you're like, no, you didn't say that right. And then I reversed it.
You said mental telepathy.
No, I said reverse it, go back.
Play back.
Because we also have mental telepathy. I was wrong.
Okay. We're gonna keep all that in. That's not getting music video.
Sure.
I'll go first on this part.
Yeah.
It is very standard in a good way. There wasn't anything that was like Friday that was like, oh, this is kind of bad.
Yeah.
I think that this is one of the best instances of the music video enhancing the music instead of taking away the music.
Okay.
It wasn't about being all flashy. It was about her, and there was like, it wasn't about partying. It wasn't about anything. Like, it wasn't about being super crazy and out there.
Yeah.
It was about her feelings, the music, and what it meant. And I think that music videos need to look at this one as a guide.
Okay.
So with that, I would say this is a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Okay. Now, my rating, I'm going to be a little harsher, and I'm going to say that. Here's what I think about the music video. I didn't really talk about this. So for me, I do like how it's like meaningful in terms of like, what it means to her, like transitioning from Disney girl to pop artist. But the thing is, to me, the music video is kind of on the nose.
Okay.
Like, your first thought whenever you think of Wrecking Ball, and I mean, I guess it worked, but like the first thing you thought of was like, oh, a wrecking ball and like things wrecking, and I guess that's what the music video is about. But like usually your first idea you shouldn't go with. And there's nothing super interesting about it. Like even when we were talking about it, we didn't really even like there was just a few moments that we hit on, but like it's just a bunch of random shots of there's no super meaning of it other than I want to be perceived as something else, or like this is me transitioning. Here's a clean slate.
See, I think that's where you and I will always disagree on this subject. I think music videos should be less is more.
Okay.
Because this music video isn't in any way taking away from the music itself.
But for me, it's all about and to me it doesn't enhance it as much. It just it doesn't enhance it. It just is supplementary. It's just the same.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's
just an extension of the music itself. Where whenever I want to watch a music video, I like the idea that it has a different meaning to the music and a different feeling a little bit, where you get two different meanings, and that contrast of ideas comes out, and you have two different ideas.
Yeah, but I think with this one in particular, it is so much about what she is trying to get across. Yeah. Which is how she's feeling in that moment. Or the writer, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, it's all about that. It's not like it's the Gorillaz with Feel Good Inc., where it's like, okay, let's be a little deep about this. You know what I mean? Not that this isn't deep, but
it's deep, like but
it's very deep.
But I would say it's not. It's like
you're not walking away from this wondering what they meant.
Yeah,
what
like
she meant.
You know what it. Like, I don't think everyone knows what it means when they watch it, but I do think the vast majority of people are like, okay, I think I...
So you
especially with the context of the time.
You think that makes it a little bit basic?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why I'm going to give it a basic score of 3.
I get that. I don't... That's where just me and you disagree.
Yeah.
Basic is good sometimes.
Yeah, like...
Not that you don't think basic is good.
No, I think basic is good sometimes. Like, I like Cheerios, non-Honey Nut Cheerios, just Cheerios.
Okay,
I just like that cardboard taste. I do, like, I just like that texture. I just like that.
Love fiber.
For me, sometimes when you eat, like, super sweet cereal, you eat it, and then, like, you just feel sick.
Okay, so, for me, this music video is... the Cheerios of breakfast cereal.
No, you could say what it is to you. It's Honey Nut Cheerios.
No. I'm saying, Well, actually, it's more for you. For you, this is the Cheerios.
This is the Cheerios
of music videos.
I wouldn't give Cheerios
no, they don't get bad raps.
Yeah,
No.
I'm not giving it a 2. It helps with your heart.
Yeah.
You know,
It mends your soul.
I'm not giving it a 1 out of. I'm not giving it a 2. I'm giving it a 3.
But there's nothing crazy going on.
But you're gonna give. We should just rate.
This is a Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah, for
me.
you. Yeah,
It's elevated. It's simple,
yes,
but sophisticated.
we should just rate these music videos with
Foods.
with foods. Yeah.
Okay, so that's it. Okay, so you're giving it
A Cheerios out of 5.
Cheerios out of 5, and I'm giving it a honey nut Cheerios out of 5. That's so good.
Yeah, that's good.
God.
Okay. So that gives 3 plus 4 is 8.
You gave it 3.5.
I give it a 3.5. No, I
the
gave
music.
okay. The music is a 3.5, and you gave it a 3.5.
Yes.
That makes it a 7.
Yes.
And then so the 7. So music is 7. Music video is 3 plus 4, which is
7.
7.
So overall 7.
So it's a 14.
But I would give this a little bit of a nudge up to like a 7.5 overall.
So what are you raising up?
I'm just saying overall, both of them together.
Yeah.
Instead of it being music and videos separate, added on together, just as a whole experience as a whole.
Is a 7.5.
7.5
out of 10.
Yeah.
You know
very
what?
high 7.5.
You know what? I agree. I think 7.5 is a good overall. What I think this song and music video is.
Yeah, it's like mixing together regular Cheerios and Honey Nut Cheerios. You get the best of both. Don't tell me you've never done that.
I've never done that. No, I don't mix cereal. Like
you don't mix cereals?
No, I don't mix cereal. I just mix pop. Sorry, soda. Sorry,
it's
Coke.
Pop. It's pop.
It's pop?
Yeah.
It's pop where we're from.
I say book bag now. Well, I've always said book bag.
I say backpack.
I say book bag, and
Backpack.
people at work look at me like I'm a psychopath. They're like, you don't have books in it. Actually, I do have books in mine. I always have a book on.
Yeah, like you're always wanting to read. You're always reading 50 Shades of Grey. That's what you're reading right now, right?
Right now, currently, these headphones are just the audiobook of 50 Shades of Grey.
You're not even like listening to me. You're just like listening to 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah. I'm just guessing. I'm reading your lips and be like,
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.